If you're wondering how some brands get people to follow them, listen to whatever they say, and purchase whatever product they release, it's because they have brand authority. Before you start building that authority, you must understand what it is and how it builds value. Today, we're talking all about it. I'm Peachy Williams, copywriter and brand builder turned business owner of multiple entities. While corporate America is in my past, I've parlayed those skills into the future, focusing on growing my businesses, learning valuable lessons, and helping others do it too. What started as an idea to capitalize off my skills has helped so many to create a strong brand with actionable steps, copy, and content that matters. I created the Talk Like a Brand podcast to give you relatable, simple strategies and advice that makes you think, reflect, and implement. If you're an entrepreneur or one in the making who wants to build a strong brand with a solid foundation, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. Brand authority is when your audience or customers come to trust you. It's earned, not given. It's also the recognition of expertise in your field. Now, there are a lot of things that can influence the amount of brand authority you have. In today's digital space, having a strong online presence, engagement on social media, and a content library with valuable information for your audience makes sense. Consider this. If you didn't trust a brand, would you purchase their products and services? You're purchasing because you like what you've heard and seen. In some way, they offered value that you thought was worth it, right? In today's digital space, brand authority is crucial. There are a lot of things that can influence brand authority, but it's important to focus on the main element. Again, that's trust. People want brands they can trust. They want industry experts they can listen to and believe in. So a strong foundation is important. Think about your business and your brand. Do you need brand authority? Absolutely. Brand authority helps you gain influence and a respectable reputation. People in the digital space often refer to this as online authority because the trust they've gained comes from what they do on digital platforms. When building your brand authority, the goal is to have people come to you first before going to your competitor, right? That adds value, and that value drives your business growth. So how do you actually build this brand authority? First, you need to be genuine. This helps in creating a genuine user and customer experience. Next, you want to identify the most common questions of your audience and create authoritative content that answers those questions. Look at what people are searching for in your industry. Think about what you search for in a particular industry. You need to know how your customers think, how they talk, how they act, and where they're searching. Truthfully, it's not as easy as you think. There are different customer journeys because not all customers are alike. What brought one customer to your platform could be completely different than someone else. Again, put yourselves in the shoes of a competitor. What do you think about? What are you searching for? What's your customer journey? What will make you purchase? And then you take those exact things and think about your own customers and apply it to your business and brand. This is when you tap into people. If you don't have a sales team, though, you can ask your customers, what do they want? What do they need? What would they like to see or hear more about? The answers may actually surprise you. You should know all your personas and how they go through the buyer's journey. In fact, just like I talk about doing a SWOT quarterly and annually, you should be defining and refining your personas in the same way. Your processes change, and so do buyer habits. The problems they have now may be something completely different next quarter. You need to be ready to address them. Once you know and understand the types of things your audience wants, your content should be delivered in an authoritative way. Now, you may be saying, Peachy, how do I know if my content is authoritative? And that's a really good question. I want you to think about how you present your content. Is it focused and easy to read? Can they find what they're looking for quickly? Do you use facts and research when you can? And I'm talking about each way you deliver your content, whether you deliver it on Instagram, whether you deliver it on any other platform, whether you deliver it in a blog or even a podcast. How are you delivering that content? Can your people find what they need, and can they find it quickly? If they can't, they're going to your competitor. All these things work together to help prove your expertise. When you're quoting other people, let people know where your information came from. There's room for everybody, and you should give people credit when it's due. You should also consider the tone of how you're speaking. While you want to sound professional, you don't want the audience to think you're being stuffy. People want genuine and personal. Remember, we're in the day and age where authenticity reigns, and this helps build trust. I have a couple of additional tips for you. One, I want you to choose a niche. When you're focusing on a specific niche or topic, you may be the only one in that field or area that continuously lends your expertise or do it the way you do it. In turn, you start being seen as an industry expert, and that's gold. So remember when I talk about hybrid brands and where faces matter? Think about how Apple branded around Steve Jobs. And when you think about him, you immediately consider him an expert, right? One of the things people think about when they're thinking about being an industry expert, they don't think about their entire team. And if you're fortunate enough to have an entire team, why not use different people? You can have different experts in different areas of your business or your brand. That way you're creating an entire team of industry experts to support that brand, which means that people will come to you for more than one thing. Next, create high quality content. Again, content. The content should be on your site, on your social media platforms, and all the content you create should be relevant for your audience and customers. That means that if you have a blog with authoritative posts helping to build your credibility, make sure that blog post can be shared over and over. Make sure it's something in there for everyone so that if they don't quote the entire article, they'll quote something from it. You also need to remember that when you use those different tones, and hello, brand voice, anyone? It's going to resonate with different content and different audiences. I want you to take advantage of social media because it's a great way to share your knowledge and build connections to wider audiences. When you can answer questions or lend your expertise so people are learning, this helps build trust. And people like social proof. Again, we live in a digital space. So anything you're putting out there digitally can work to your benefit. Once you can incorporate this into your content, that's even better. You want to associate with other trusted brands. So when you're being on someone else's podcast, or you're contributing as a guest blogger, or having others on your content platforms, they bring their audiences with them. This association opens you up to wider audiences, and people start trusting you. That means that you're building brand authority. I know that building a business or building a brand, it takes time and it can be very time consuming, but at some point you need to start incorporating research and new findings. Things change every single day. If you aren't doing research on the industry, then you aren't keeping up with what's going on, and that could hurt you. When you can back your information with research from reputable sources, or you've done research yourself, that is gold. Trust me, these are the things that help build brand authority and people see you as an industry expert. Now let's go back to social proof. You want to use social proof to your advantage, and there are different types of social proof. But right now I'm talking about testimonials and reviews because those are the fastest ways to get social proof where people will actually listen and look and kind of follow the trend on what people are saying. Because the more people give you great reviews, the more people start looking at, what is this person doing that's making all these people say that's where to go. That's who to listen to. This is the real deal. Expert social proof, user social proof, and celebrity social proof is big. But one of the things that people shy away from, which is also great, is case studies. User-generated content and case studies can really solidify your brand authority and make people see you as an industry expert. Now, we all like having a good time, right? So I want you to think about participating in events in some way. You can participate in or even host an online conference or some type of event so you can raise your credibility, because this also helps establish you as an expert and you're gaining that brand authority. Expand the way you share your content, because if you're only doing a blog and social media, reaching out and doing something else can be a great way to network and a great way to share your message and get it out there. Now, I can't end without going back to the beginning, right? I want you to be genuine. Good businesses recognize that it's the people that are driving their success. All these tactics for building brand authority are great, but if your audience isn't feeling authenticity, they won't trust you. And if they don't trust you, it won't stick. Go follow me on Instagram at The Right Mix and color my brands, and let me know what you think about the podcast, because I love hearing from you. Sign up for my weekly Brand Bits newsletter at bit.ly/getbrandbits, dropping every Tuesday. And of course, we're on every single week. Have an amazing day. Until next time.